In today's video, I get to try Norse's Bargain Basement Premium class at just $500 one way. This is cheaper than some economy class transatlantic flights I've taken. Norse Atlantic rose from the ashes in 2022 to succeed Norwegian Air as the leading low-cost carrier from the USA to Europe, and today I'm sampling them on their New York to London Gatwick route. We will take a look at their ground experience, the spacious seats, the food, entertainment and much more, and really test drive this budget luxury experience. Enjoy the video. Norse operates from Terminal 7 at JFK. Regular flyers with British Airways will have nostalgia about this place as it housed BA's transatlantic operations here until they moved over to Terminal 8 a couple of years ago. And it's not changed much in here, although now a curious hodgepodge of airlines now fly from Terminal 7. Norse surprised me by opening check-in a whopping 4 hours early. The flight is not full today, and upgrades to Premium were on sale for $250 at check-in, about the same difference as I'd paid above the basic economy fare online. Now that early check-in was kind of necessary. Security took the best part of an hour, and I'm pretty glad I didn't cut it too fine here. Now, Terminal 7 was never JFK's nicest place to hang out, and I've been really spoiled in the past. Whenever I had lounge access with British Airways, I just waited in the lounge, and I suppose I never really paid attention to just how tired and drab this terminal is. There are a few places to grab a bite to eat or a drink, but there's nowhere that's actually pleasant or nice. By the way, while we're here, if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe. You'll join a community of hundreds of thousands of other trip report enthusiasts just like you. With no lounge access, it is just me and the terminal today. I'm expecting dinner on the flight, so I decided to try and set a world record for drinking a glass of $5 Pepsi, the slowest, and save my appetite. And I'm thinking, I wonder just how good value Norse will be for the price, and will I miss the comforts of more established airlines? So our aircraft has just landed from London, but I think there's no chance of us leaving on time today. The inbound aircraft
Norse
is about
operates
40
a
minutes
fleet
late.
of 8 Boeing 787-9 Dreamliners with an attractive livery, the blue tail evoking ancient Norse longships of the past.
Okay, it looks like I spoke a little too soon. We are due to be boarding very soon, but apparently maintenance have got to come and look at the aircraft for something. And we're to be told within the next 10-15 minutes whether we're using the same aircraft or not. So hopefully they've got one in reserve here at JFK, but I'm going to go find a coffee.
The delay gives me a chance to talk about our aircraft. She's named Grand Canyon, in line with Norse's naming convention of national parks for their aircraft, and at the time of travel, she was just 6 years old. This aircraft used to fly for Norwegian on similar routes, and maybe it's time to explain that a bit.
Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN, an award-winning virtual private network. Now, there are a ton of great reasons to use Surfshark, from improving your online security to leveraging lower prices online. There is nowhere quite like home, and I've just moved into a new house, and I know how good it is to have all of your creature comforts around you. To me, the same also applies online. Surfshark is an invaluable tool to me because it spoofs my device's location to wherever is convenient for me. This is all done with the clever use of IP addresses, and it's such an easy tool to use. Surfshark has over 3,000 servers in over 100 countries, so you're sure to find a virtual location that suits you. And why does it matter? Well, take YouTube for example. If I'm in France, my YouTube will spit out a load of French recommendations for me, and I'm sure French YouTube is amazing, but it's not really what I want to watch. And with a flick of the switch, I switch my device's location to the UK, and hey presto, a load of English language recommendations are back on my feed. It also works in reverse too. If I want to find out what's hot in Japan, Argentina or South Africa, it's all just a flick of a switch away. And of course it works with TikTok and Instagram too. It's an incredible tool, it's a lifesaver for me, it's a real Swiss Army knife, and it's available to you, my subscribers, at a very special deal. Go to surfshark.com/wingit for 4 extra months of Surfshark.
Old habits die hard. Yes, this is still a budget airline, and yes, they still measure your carry-ons before you board.
Thank you. My God, it is chaos, but we are finally off to London Gatwick on Norse in their premium cabin.
This is what I call boarding but not boarding. It's a way of loading people onto the jet bridge, but the aircraft simply isn't ready for general boarding yet. And I have to say, this isn't just a Norse practice. Many airlines do this, and it's really annoying. Many jet bridges aren't heated or air conditioned, and the wait is usually so passengers needing assistance can be boarded first, and it just makes everything clogged up and kind of a mess for everyone. Hey, airlines, let us people wait until you've boarded the vulnerable passengers, please.
I need you boarding pass, sorry. Boarding
Hi
pass.
there.
Thank you, hi. 8.
Thank you very much.
Norse's premium cabin occupies the front of our Dreamliner, and I've got to say, I love it up here. This is great value. 43 inches of seat pitch, that's a whole 12 inches more than an economy, in a 232 layout. To give you a comparison, British Airways and Virgin Atlantic offer 38 inches of pitch. Norse's seats are also an inch wider than the narrowest premium economy seats on both those airlines at 19.5 inches. So there's a lot of real estate here, and they've even made the layout so this annoying 787 window blank doesn't affect any road too badly. There are also individual seat air vents, a real boon for those of us who tend to run hot at altitude. There are also old-fashioned remote controls with a few audio channels available and universal socket charge points under every pair of seats. Now, no seatback TVs might be an annoyance for some, they're stowed in the armrests instead, but it does mean no entertainment box under the seat and the leg space is totally free. Honestly, this is a great seat. I think this might just be one of the best value seats in the sky.
It's not alcohol, but it'll do. Cheers.
Our aircraft turns east over the Rockaway Peninsula, and we head up the eastern seaboard to start our transatlantic crossing to Europe. Let's talk a little bit more about those seats. There's a generous-sized tray table which is pretty sturdy, which deploys from the armrest. In the centre armrest, a modestly sized TV screen can be found. It is possible to have both the TV and the table deployed at once, and note that there is a USB charge point in the screen itself, although this does charge at a slower rate than the universal port under the seat. Here in Premium, Norse also provides a small collection of amenities. That eye mask is pretty cute. There are also earplugs and earphones for the entertainment. Now, as far as the entertainment goes, again, it's a fairly modest selection. Curiously, there's no Big Bang Theory on Norse's entertainment, a show which can be found on nearly every Western airline for some reason, but the spin-off Young Sheldon is definitely present.
So there are 2 meal services on board tonight's flight with Norse. That's a lot of service for under 6 hours of flying time, as we're going to experience tonight. Straight after takeoff, we should be having dinner. I've got no idea what's for dinner. There are no printed menus here on Norse. No idea even if there's a choice. And then before landing, I guess there'll be a light breakfast or snack.
Dinner actually exceeded expectations. This was salmon served with rice, salad, roasted and spiced cauliflower and broccoli, and no word of a lie, this was tastier and meatier than a lot of fish dishes I've had in proper business class. I would definitely recommend this. For premium economy, the flavour was an impressive 8 out of 10, and I'm astonished a budget airline got this just right. "56 premium passengers share 2 bathrooms at the front of the aircraft. It's not an ideal ratio, but we are only half full tonight, so there's no queue. The bathrooms were clean and everything worked, you know? What else do you want on a budget airline?" Norse's premium seats offer a footrest and a generous recline of about 12 inches. Now that's 2 or 3 inches more than most other premium economy seats. Honestly, these seats don't look fancy, but whisper it quietly, I think I prefer these to BA's premium economy. A blanket and an eye mask mean I can manage a couple of hours sleep as we ride the jet stream back to the UK.
So good morning from somewhere over Ireland, I guess. There's no moving map on this aircraft, so it's impossible to tell. But just a few hours after I've had my dinner, it's time for breakfast.
Now, I've no idea what you'd call this egg dish, but I was really not hungry for it. However, it tasted just fine to me. The coffee served was alright, and there was juice on request too. The yoghurt was all I really wanted, and Norse could really get away with a much lighter breakfast on such a short flight.
Now over the Isle of Wight and into London Gatwick. Unfortunately, the queue has a departure point to JFK and ended up causing us a bit of a delay, so we're going to land there at about 6:20, 6:25, just depending how busy the air traffic controllers are as we come into Gatwick.
So, what's the summary? Well, Norse was excellent on this flight. Premium was twice as good and half the price of the competition. The flight time was acceptable, we had only a short delay in the end, and the crew were great. There's very little not to like about Norse, except perhaps their use of JFK's crummiest terminal. And yes, they do fly into Gatwick in London rather than Heathrow. But you know what? For the money, I'd take this again in a heartbeat. For $500 one way, or even less if I'd foregone the seat selection, it's a bargain. I've paid more than that for legacy airline economy on this route in the past. Thank you so much to Surfshark for sponsoring the video, and don't forget, go to surfshark.com/wingingit for 4 extra months of Surfshark. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.